In our dance with the goddess, we are reconnecting with the natural rhythms and cycles of the world, of the natural world around us. At the time that I'm recording this, we are in the energy of winter solstice. Winter solstice has always been a magical time of the year. Our ancient ancestors celebrated it. We have monuments such as Stonehenge that tracked when exactly winter and summer solstice was, especially winter solstice. In this episode, we're talking about what exactly winter solstice is and how we can use that energy in our lives. We'll be reconnecting with the Goddess Amaterasu, which we talked about in the last episode. Her story is one of the winter solstice, so her energy is one that we can pull in and connect with for realigning and reattuning to this natural rhythm of the earth. Welcome. Dancing with the Goddess is how we move through and experience life as modern mystic women. I believe anyone can be a modern mystic woman and experience awe, beauty, and magic in our daily lives. I'm Tora Arishnai Moon, goddess mystic, author, and creative. Join me as we discover who we are meant to be, explore different modalities for self-improvement and transformation, and reawaken to our goddess magic and feminine divine selves. I invite you to dance with the goddess with me. Here's today's episode. Our ancestors knew the power of winter solstice. When you're living in accordance with the cycles of the earth, you see that change around you in nature. I live kind of north, southern part of Utah. We're still in the kind of northern climes. We don't get snow, but we do have those signs of winter, of nature going within, of going to sleep, of going dormant. All the leaves have all fallen down on the trees. It's colder. I'm in my sweaters. And the days are getting shorter and shorter, which means the night is getting longer and longer. At winter solstice is when the sun dips at its lowest point. And we have the longest nights of the year. It's not just one night, it's several nights where we have this long, deep darkness. If you're in the southern hemisphere, things are flipped. For you right now, it's summer solstice when the sun is at its highest. For those of us in the northern hemisphere, the sun is at our lowest. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, come back and watch this in June, which is your winter solstice, which in the northern hemisphere would be our summer solstice. The further north that we go, we can see more clearly how the days are getting shorter and the nights longer. I have a niece who lives up in Fairbanks, Alaska, near the northern pole. If you're living like the Swedish Nordic areas and Iceland, northern pole area, you're going to see the sunset at winter solstice, and darkness will reign for several weeks. I think it's several months. Our ancestors knew this. In our modern day hubris, we think that our ancestors worshiped the sun. They did worship the sun. S-U-N, not S-O-N. That our ancestors saw the sun going down, the darkness, and were afraid of it and did these rituals to bring the sun back. There's a deeper meaning to this. And I think we've lost in our modern day, and with patriarchy's rise, which is several thousand years now, we've lost those original meanings of winter solstice. You hear Amaterasu's story, where she goes into the cave and there's darkness. That's in Japan. You go to Greece, you have the story of Demeter and Persephone being taken or going into the underworld, and Demeter being so sad and causing winter, and that's winter solstice. You have in the Celtic world Koyak, who is the winter goddess, that she reigns supreme and wakes up at winter solstice. And that winter time is her time. Winter, wherever you are in the world, when your winter, is the time to go within. The world itself slows down. The sap in the trees runs slower. That heartbeat of the world slows. And if we're in tune with nature and with the natural cycles, we slow down. It's no wonder that at winter time, and as sunlight gets shorter and nights get longer, that we tend to light the fires and cuddle up under blankets and go more quiet, our lives quiet, our energy quiets. I know I don't have as much energy in the winter as I do in the summer. Unfortunately, in our modern society, we've lost touch with the natural rhythms. And we're seeing this time of year with all the commercialism, people are partying and being bright and shiny and trying to have all this energy. And then wonder why there's such a disconnect, in that there's so much depression this time of the year. Some of it is because of the disconnect with family, loneliness, because the celebration at this time of the year, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas or some of the others, there's a whole ton of holidays that happen at the winter solstice. Yule is one. All of these are encouraging people to spend time with their families and be joyous and spend a lot of money and be active, go out and do things, when the natural inclination is to go within. And that's why there's this disconnect, and why a lot of people suffer from depression. I know some of my depression has always been around the holiday season, because I've tried to be in that space when my body was saying, no, it's time to go within. It's time to find that rest, that regeneration, that respite that we need, and recharge our energy before the sun grows again. We get more daylight and we have more activity. We need to give ourselves that time to rest. And that's what winter solstice gives us. One of the things that winter solstice reminds us is we need both the light and the dark. We need both to be in balance. In the poles where you have complete dark or complete light, people have serious issues with not having that balance. We can't always be in the light. We burn out. We get sunburned. We need the dark. We need the day and the night. This world is a world of polarity, and the winter solstice reminds us of that polarity, as does the summer solstice. It's reminding us that we need both to be healthy. With the rise of patriarchy, and I'm not pointing out any one religion because patriarchy has affected many religions and regions in the world. It's affected our entire world at this point. Patriarchy has seen the light, the masculine, whiteness as the standard, as the thing to be looking for. That if it's white or light, then it's good. And in that opposition, they've said anything that is dark, that is black, that is feminine, is bad or evil. Simply not true. There are beings of light that we perceive with light who are not benevolent. And the same goes, there are beings of the dark, our human perception sees as dark, that aren't always malevolent. The dark goddesses aren't bad. They aren't evil. Our feminine qualities, our feminine divine presence is not evil. But because it is opposite of what patriarchy wants and teaches, our society, the patriarchal society, has equated the dark, the night, black, this part of where we get racism, femininity, as evil, as something to purge from the world. We've seen patriarchy try, they never did succeed, to purge the feminine divine, the goddess, from the world, because she is that opposite of the divine masculine. We need both. We need the divine feminine, the goddess. We need the divine masculine, the God. And I'm not talking about Yahweh or the Judaic Christian Islamic God. He's totally out of balance. I'm talking about the divine masculine. Odin is a good example of the divine masculine. So is Thor. Krishna is a good example of the divine masculine. Brahma. So we need the feminine. We need the feminine divine in our lives. As women, whether you were born a woman with the anatomy, or if you consider yourself feminine, born in the wrong body, which happens whether you are a woman-born woman or consider yourself a woman and feel like you are a woman. You are a woman, as far as I'm concerned, and you are welcome in my communities. But we as women need to connect with our feminine divine. And this doesn't mean being a feminized, sexualized person. That's part of the patriarchy. Being in our feminine divine is seeing all of us, accepting all of us, accepting and connecting with the dark goddesses like the Morrigan and Durga in that feminine protectiveness, that feminine rage. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that softer Kuan Yin energy, that love and compassion. Sometimes we need Uzume's energy and Babo. Both of those are the jester type goddesses. That we need that laughter and that joy in our lives. All of that is feminine. Feminine doesn't just mean mother. There's so much more. And that's what I teach in Dancing with the Goddess, is that fullness of our feminine divine presence. The winter solstice gives us the opportunity to go within, to go into our dark cave and reflect on our year, reflect who we are and who we want to be, reflect things that have happened in the year. What are we hiding from? What do we need to heal? And the winter solstice is 12 days. The 12 days of Christmas is actually the 12 days of winter solstice. We can use these 12 days of winter solstice, of that darkness, to go within, to go in our caves. The episode last week on connecting with Amaterasu and the story of her going within the cave, which is winter solstice, she came through and gave me a winter solstice ritual. It goes over the 12 days of the winter solstice. Yes, it's a long ritual, but it's going to be so worth it when you go within and take that time. You've got family that are still celebrating Christmas or Yule and all the other stuff, and it seems like it's busy. Take those few minutes, half an hour, 15 minutes if that's all you have, for yourself. This is you as a woman being self-full, is to take time for yourself, to do what's right for you, and to go within, to find what's right for you, to give yourself that space to reflect and consider yourself, to give yourself that respite. That's part of the meditations that go with the Amaterasu winter solstice ritual, is going in her cave. Yeah, she wants me to tell you a little bit about that. Going in her cave, dropping your pack of worry and care and responsibilities that we carry every day as women. Allowing yourself to drop that, to go in the cave with Amaterasu and find that respite, find that rest, that quietness, even if it's 10, 15 minutes. The meditations aren't that long. And it uses these 12 days of the winter solstice to look at those questions of what have we accomplished? What's gone right in our world? What hasn't? What do we need to change? What do we need to heal and transform? How do we shine? Because on the other side of winter solstice is the new solar year. That's when we can start fresh. The light is growing. That's when we can start planting our seeds for the new year to germinate and blossom in spring. We need to be planting those after winter solstice. Seeds germinate in the dark. They don't germinate in the light. You plant seeds in the dark soil. So we're using this winter solstice time to think about what seeds we want to be planting, what we want in the new year. How do we shine in our feminine divine presence? Who are we? What do we want to be? Who do we want to be? Those are some of the questions that we'll be pondering and journaling about during this Amaterasu's Winter Solstice ritual. You can find a summary of the ritual on my blog and at the same place. I have the ritual written out for all 12 days. I have recorded guided meditations that go with the ritual, and all of that you can download from my website. We're working with Amaterasu. We're going into her cave for this ritual and for our meditations. And on the 12th night, we're looking at who we are, how we shine. And on the first morning after the winter solstice, new solar year, we're going out into the sun and allowing that sunlight to fill us. Because Amaterasu is a sun goddess. She's one of the few goddesses who is a sun goddess. And we're connecting with Amaterasu and letting her light shine in us. We're embodying, becoming, embracing our feminine divine presence and allowing that to shine for the next solar year. This ritual is written solitary, that you can do it by yourself. But if you would like to participate in this as a community, I invite you to join my Dancing with the Goddess Sisterhood. The link is in the show notes. We can work on this ritual together as a community, talking about and sharing with each other what has worked, what we need to heal, what the healing looks like, getting support for that healing, exploring how we shine. What does that mean? And doing that in community. We need to do that for ourselves, by ourselves. But we also need that community. Women are meant to be in community. We're not meant to be alone. That's one of the most egregious evils, and I don't use evil lightly, evils committed by patriarchy is isolating women. Because our power comes from community, from connecting and being in community with other women. It is our diversity that gives us power and strength. It isn't our isolation or our separateness or a hierarchy. We meet in circle because we know as women we are all equal, and in a circle we're all equal. So I invite you to join me in the Dancing with the Goddess Sisterhood to do this ritual in community, to be part of a community. That's my biggest dream. That's one of the things that I've been wanting to create from the time I was young, is a strong community of empowered, embodied women. So I hope you join me. Download the ritual and the guided meditations and share with me on Instagram or Facebook how this ritual is going with you. And we'll be sharing this in our Dancing with the Goddess Sisterhood, what new things are you discovering about yourself? What was an aha moment? Because when we heal things, it reveals our gifts. The thing that we were afraid of, that we're hiding from, is part of our gifts, part of our magic. And whatever is revealed to you at this time, trust that it's the right time for you to step into it. You're awakening to it for a reason. It may take time. Just because you're awake to it doesn't mean you're ready to align and embody it. But now you're aware of it. Now you're conscious of it. Now you can start making those changes. You can start doing the healing. Start exploring what it means to live that way. To use that gift. To embrace that gift. And as I check in of what else I need to say, Amaterasu has come in and has a message for you. My dear ones, my beautiful daughters, do not be afraid of the dark. It is in that dark womb, that dark cave, where your power resides, where your feminine creative power germinates. It flows from your feminine power to your heart to light up the world. You have great gifts and beauty. It is time for you to go within, to enter your sacred cave, to enter my sacred cave, and awaken to who you are. Awaken to your gifts and those qualities within yourself that you see in others and wish that you had. And my dear one, they are yours. You've just been hiding from them. Many times this is for good reason. Sometimes it's not safe in the world that is to shine your light and to access those gifts. As this seems like the darkest time of history in the world, it is just a time of change. Just as day follows night, just as there's an ending to the darkest night of winter solstice and the sun comes out again, as I came out of my cave, this will pass. These changes will result in a better, more equitable, respectful, connected world if you, my daughters, awaken to who you are and embrace your gifts and embrace your feminine divine presence and embody that in all that you do and all that you are. That which was once the norm cannot stay. that it's time to change, and that change comes within you. And as you change and become awakened to who you are and your authentic, your truth and your authenticness, you change the world around you. Do not be afraid of this, my dear ones. Doesn't mean you have to march in the streets and run for political offices if that is not your calling. You being you, shining your divine light is enough. You are enough, my dear one, just as you are. There's great beauty in you and great gifts. Come to me and allow me to help awaken them within you. There is great love for you. We are complete. And I have chills. Completely covered with chills, which are my indication of truth being said. My sisters, there is such greatness in you. There is such beauty and love. You may not see it yet. And that's part of my calling, is to help you and guide you into awakening to your beauty, to who you are, your truth, that divine light that is within you, that is you. To align with that and embody it. Because I see you. I see you. Who you really are. In human design, I'm a projector. And that's part of our projector gifts, is to see the other. And my sister, I see you. And I love you. Whether you work with me or not, I love you. And I know you are divine. You are worthy. You are deserving of love, of respect, of abundance, of joy, of thriving. With that, I'll just remind you and invite you to join me in the Dancing with the Goddess Sisterhood, to be in that community where you are seen, where you are acknowledged, where you are recognized for who you are, for your divine light, and you are loved. Link is in the description. May you go within your cave at this winter solstice time to find the rest, the respite that you need for you to shine. May you dance with the Goddess in love and joy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and it deepened your dance with the Goddess. Please subscribe to our channel, like and share the video, and feel free to comment. This helps more women find our show. To support the show, please donate to buymeacoffee.com/DWGpod. Your donations help support the cost of hosting, editing, and production of the podcast. We appreciate your support. May the rest of your day be amazing and may you dance with the goddess in love and joy.